Okay, so now we're going to talk about the general architecture of a C# application. And so let's say this was a homework assignment and I was going to submit it. Just simply close it up, save everything, of course. And we already talked about the folder on the desktop, or the folder wherever you end up saving it. And this is a contained unit. You don't want to go in there. You don't want to start throwing things around. Just keep it all in one nice little package. Everything I need is in there. The pictures in the bin debug folder, we talked about that as well. And if I were going to submit this as homework, I would just right click and send to compressed zipped folder. Okay, now it's compressing it, zipping it up, and there it is. That zipper file, the zip file, is what you will submit to me as homework, and then I'll download it and extract it at my end, and I'll be able to open it up and grade your work. So again, I just can't understate the importance of just keeping it all contained together. You take even just one thing out of there, then the program is not going to load. I'm not going to be able to load it at my end. I'm not going to be able to grade it. It's going to be a lot of back and forth between us. So just keep it all together. Okay, so let's say now I'm opening somebody's project to grade it. I've unzipped it. I've extracted the package at my end. I'm going to open it up. And typically, you can just open it up by the solution file, the SLN file, and that's going to open up the Visual Studio and have everything fall right into place. Okay. Before I do that, I will drill down into here and we'll talk about some of these important files. Like really everything related to your form, these 3 form files are really the most important. Anything else, if it comes down to it, doesn't, first of all, I want the whole thing. I'm just saying, like, in a really, exceptional case where if I have these 3 files, I can reconstruct your application typically. It's a pain to do it, so don't make me do it. Just keep it all together and give me everything. But it's really, when it comes down to it, these 3 files related to the form is where all of your work is, all of your code, all your designing. If I have to pick 3 files, and these are the ones that definitely, the rest of them could be reinstituted, not easily though. Okay, and then, we did talk about the bin folder and the debug, and your pictures are going to be in here, of course, but I want to talk about the executable file. When you compile a program, the result of that compilation is an executable file. And you can run a program by the executable file alone. And, like, for example, let's say you wanted to check your work again, but you don't feel like loading up the Visual Studio. You can just double-click your executable file. And there it is. Okay, I'm not in the Visual Studio, but I'm running the executable file. Okay. Oh, what happened here? I don't know what this... Oh, you know what? I guess I didn't... I still have the misspelled file name there. So it threw a file not found exception. I'm just not seeing that exception here. But, okay, I'll go ahead and quit that. I'll make sure I change that back in the code. But, okay, so let me go into the solution file again. I'll just go ahead and open it up. I'll make that change that I have to make. Okay, so when you open it up by the solution file, it's just going to pick up where it left off. It'll open it up. I was looking at the code when I closed this down. I had made that change already. I guess I hadn't recompiled it. So if you ever want to just compile your program without actually running it, you can go to Build Solution. Okay, and that'll compile the program without running the actual program. But okay, so those are the important files. Really, the whole thing is important when it comes down to it. And you're going to keep it all together in a nice package. You're going to zip it up. You're going to send it to me. You're not going to move anything out of there. And we'll all be happy.